Hey, what's up, guys? It's been super lonely and super sad ever since Noah left, and I can't help but looking over there where they put up the for sale sign that used to be his house, and now I don't know what's gonna happen. Sold? They barely even put it on the market. What do they mean sold? How is it sold? Somebody's just gonna come in and replace Noah like he hasn't just spent so many years of his life in a moving truck? Freddie? Just Cat. What are you doing here? I thought you lived in the middle of a jungle or something. What are you doing here?
I'm moving in. I just got the call.
What do you mean you just got the call? What call? Who called you? This is Noah's house.
Big Steve, Noah's gone now, remember? A random number called me. I picked up, and they offered me this new home.
Hold on, what do you mean some random number? You answered the phone to a number to somebody that was calling that you didn't know? That's crazy. I would never answer the phone when I don't recognize the number.
Well, Big Steve, if I didn't answer the phone, I would have never been blessed with this home.
Yeah, no, I guess that's true. I guess you have a point, Just Cat.
So answering the phone was a good thing, right?
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like answering God's call.
Wait, God can call you on the phone?
No, silly, not like literally calling.
Oh, whoops. Then what do you mean, Big Steve?
Well, we read in the Bible in 1 Samuel chapter 3 that there's this guy named Samuel. Obviously, it was called Samuel, so it's probably about a guy named Samuel. But anyway, Samuel was the son of Hannah. Hannah had always wanted a baby boy all for her own, but she just couldn't seem to get pregnant and she wasn't having him, so she spent every single day pleading with God, like, God, please give me a son. And if you give me a son, God, I promise I will always make sure that I'm raising him the way that you want. So when Hannah got pregnant with Samuel and Samuel was born, she did just that. She always had Samuel, or Sammy Boy, we'll call him Sammy Boy. She always kept Sammy Boy in church, like every day, and so much so that he even started working there. And one day, like, he was a lot older. He was probably at least 10 or 12 or 15, or I don't know. He was older, wasn't a baby anymore, but wasn't like fully grown up either. He was kind of somewhere in between, but that's not important. What is important is, like, when he was a little bit older, he was all like hanging out at work and he heard, "Yo, Sammy Boy, yo, Sammy Boy." So he starts walking over to his boss, whose name is Eli. Eli was like a chief priest, or kind of like the pastor of the church. So Sammy Boy went to Eli and he was like, "Yo, Eli, what's up, bro?" And Eli was like, "Yo, man, what do you want?" And Sammy's like super confused. He's like, "I don't know. What do you mean? What do I want? You were calling me." And Eli was like, "No way, bro. I wasn't calling you. I did in fact call Sammy again, and this time Sammy was prepared. He remembered what Eli said. So he goes, "All right, God, let's talk." And God, he told Samuel like a lot of things, like a lot of things that were going to happen, a lot of things that were happening right then. And he even started telling Sammy things that Sammy would have to do in the future, like the short future. And even though Samuel was so young in this moment, he was probably a teenager or younger. It's probably the age of like everybody who's watching this. It's crazy. He was so young. God still had a plan. And really, he just wanted to see if Sammy would answer the call. He was really kind of saying, "Hey, Sammy, is this really what you want? Or is this what your parents want for you?" And when Sammy answered, even though he was super young, it didn't matter. He was ready to hear from God. He was ready to answer the call. So that's kind of what I mean, Just Cat. Like, Sammy answered the call. And if he wouldn't have, who knows? He probably would have missed out on so much awesome stuff, such a great life. Because I'm not going to ruin anything for you. You should probably read it. But Sammy lived an awesome life. So much that we actually have an entire book in the Bible named after him. If you wouldn't have answered that call, Just Cat, who knows what would have happened?
Wow, Big Steve, that is amazing. I'm so glad that I answered the phone and got this blessing.
You're so right, Just Cat, and I really think you're gonna love that house. I used to hang out with Noah all the time there. It's so many great memories, and you got some big shoes to fill, but I think you're gonna do awesome. And as a matter of fact, you've inspired me for today's big idea. We can answer God's call. Okay, so I'm gonna need everybody to stand up with me. Everybody stand up, pick up the phone, hold the phone. Here we go. Here we go, everybody, because we answer God's call. So on the count of 3, guys, pick up the phone. Let's count to 3. We answer God's call. Are you ready? All right, then pick up the phone. In 1, 2, 3. We answer God's call. That's so awesome, you guys. And I can't wait to see and hear all the amazing things that God has planned for your life. But for right now, that's all the time I got. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.